Good morning. Today we will be doing a preposition exercise. So have a look and try to do this by yourself. So please pause the video and try to guess what is the answer for each one. So now we will look at in detail what are the meanings related to this, like what do you mean by animosity, like that. So here it is, animosity. So So the word is animosity, which means strong dislike or opposition or anger. That is known as animosity. So before that, we can have a look at the pronunciation for this also.
Animosity.
So that is the pronunciation.
Animosity.
So these are some of the synonyms. So animosity means strong dislike or opposition or anger. So the sentence is, of course we are competitive, but there is no personal animosity, strong dislike between us. Of course we are competitive, but there is no personal animosity between us. Next sentence is, in spite of his injury, he bears no animosity towards his attackers. In spite of his injury, he bears no animosity towards his attackers. The next sentence is, the European community helped France and Germany forget all animosities between them. So animosities, that is the plural. So animosity, strong dislike between them. So next vocabulary is amount to something. So what do you mean by? Or you can say add up to. So which means to become a particular amount. So the first sentence is, the annual fuel bills amount to over 6,000 pounds. So amount to or add up to, you can say add up to also over here. So add up to. So more examples are, radical remarks like these amount to heresy. So this is amounted to, yeah, radical remarks like this amount to heresy for most members of the Republican Party. It doesn't matter whether you do it first or last. It all amounts to do the same thing. So add up to the same thing. The available information amounts to very little in two. Army leaders say the retreat from the area does not amount to an end to the war. Army leaders say the retreat from the area does not amount to an end to the war. So the next vocabulary is adjust to. When you adjust to a new situation, you get used to it by changing your behavior or your ideas. So the sentence is, when you adjust to, okay, when you adjust to, so what is the preposition? To is the preposition. So we are actually today here focusing on the preposition. When you adjust to a new situation, you get used to it by changing your behavior or ideas. So adjust to. Next sentence is, we have been preparing for our fighters to adjust themselves to civil society. Okay, we have been preparing our fighters to adjust themselves to civil society. So the next sentence is, I felt I had adjusted to the idea of being a mother very well. So adjusted to. The idea of being very well. It's hard to adjust, but now I am getting. It's hard. It has been hard to adjust, but now I am getting. So next vocabularies. So these are some of the adapt, adjust, adapt, change, settle, convert. So the next vocabulary is of your own accord. So the next vocabulary is of your own accord. So what do you mean by that? If you do something of your own accord, you do it without being asked to do it. If you do something of your own accord, you do it without being asked to do it. You don't have to be asked for that. She came of her own accord. No one asked her to come. She came her own accord. No one asked her to come. So the next sentence is, the next phrase is with one accord. So if people do something with one accord, they do it together and in complete agreement. They will be doing with one accord means they will be doing together and in complete agreement. With one accord, the delegates walked out of the conference. So with one accord, the delegates walked out of the conference. Appreciative. So showing that you understand how good something is, that is known as, or how much grateful you are for something is known as appreciative. So the prepositions here is, it's nice to have an appreciative audience. So I am very appreciative of all the support you have given me. So this is the of is the preposition. I am very appreciative of all the support you have given me. So I am very appreciative of all the support you have given me. So next is abashed. So what do you mean by abashed? Abashed means embarrassed. Okay. He said nothing but looked abashed. He said nothing but looked embarrassed. I am not at all abashed by the accusation of disloyalty or lack of courage or panic. So abashed by. So I am not at all abashed by the accusations of disloyalty or lack of encouragement or panic. I hope that they will not feel in any way abashed. I hope that they will not feel in any way abashed. I am not prepared to be abashed today over criticism of the tabling of amendments. So what do you mean by amendments? So amendments basically means minor change, alteration, modification, adaptation is known as amendments. I am not in the least abashed by his strictures on me. So abashed by is the preposition. So his strictures. Stricture means restriction, limitation, control. So I am not in the least abashed by his strictures, by his limitation on me. So I am not embarrassed. Now abstinence. Abstinence is mostly related to alcohol, drugs, smoking. So usually something that is considered harmful, such as drinking alcohol or using a drug. So the fact of not doing that. So the sentence is, we found with abstinence from smoking the severity of symptoms. We found that with abstinence from smoking the severity of symptoms decreased. So the preposition is abstinence from. So we found that with abstinence from smoking the severity of symptoms decreased. Alcohol abstinence is recommended for breastfeeding mothers. So alcohol abstinence is recommended for breastfeeding mothers. So this is one more thing. Sexual health leaflets promote the benefits of abstinence, faithfulness and condom use. Then one more sentence with preposition. They preach complete abstinence from premarital sex. They preach complete abstinence from premarital sex. Next vocabulary is aversion. So aversion means a feeling of strong dislike, that is known as aversion. So I felt an instant aversion to his parents. I felt an instant aversion to his parents. So to is the preposition with aversion. She has a deep aversion of getting up in the morning. She has a deep aversion to getting up in the strong dislike. Greed is my pet aversion. Now next with believe, there are several prepositions. Believe in is one of the prepositions. Gradually since her divorce, she is beginning to believe in herself again. So believe in or beginning to believe. Next is barter. Barter means to exchange good for other things rather than for money. To exchange. So recently in China and all, there is a barter system, because since they are locked down, they don't have to, they won't be able to go out. So now there is barter system over there. To exchange good for things, other things rather than for money. He bartered his stamp collection for her comics. We spend a whole heart bartering with stall holders for souvenirs. Bartering with. So here it is, he bartered his stamp collection for her comics, or you can say bartering with stall holders. Now make a beeline for somebody or something. So what do you mean by that? It's an informal sentence. To go directly and quickly towards someone or something. So that is known as to go directly and quickly towards someone or something. That is make a beeline for somebody or someone. At parties, he always make a beeline for the prettiest woman in the room. At parties, he always make a beeline for the prettiest woman in the room, which means go quickly and towards. So beeline for. So what is the preposition for beeline? It's for beeline for the prettiest woman. So some more sentences. Some make a beeline for the stand. In other high street chemists, you should also make a beeline for certain products. Don't tell me you didn't make a beeline for that purple ribbon. So next is ban. So the sentence is a ban on assault weapons. Next meaning is bask, which means to lie or sit enjoying the warmth, especially of the sun. So that is known as basking. We could see seals on the rocks basking in the sun. We could see seals on the rocks basking in the sun. So whet somebody's appetite. So stricture meaning was limitation.
Wet. Wet.
Whet somebody's appetite. To increase someone's interest in and wish for something, usually by giving them a small experience of it. Let's read out the sentence first. I have read an excerpt of the book on the web and it's whetted my appetite. So it increased my interest. So increase my interest is known as whetted my appetite. Whet somebody's appetite. That one kiss had whetted his appetite. Make amends. So make amends means she tried to make amends. She tried to make amends by inviting. So amends means showing that you are sorry about something you have done. She tried to make amends by inviting him out to dinner. So next sentence is, I want to make amends for the worry I have caused you. I want to make amends for the worry I have caused you. So remaining I will make a different video. So this is a Bible sentence. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for us to express His own love for us, even though we are sinners. So if you're facing any problem and if you're feeling lonely, then you can pray like this. Thank you, Jesus, for your abundant mercy and love for us, for me and my family. Especially, I felt this is helpful at the time when we are wounded, when we feel lonely, if there is any family problems. So why means it's like we are considering Jesus as a part of our family. And thank you, Jesus, for your love. That love is the among the relationships. So that wound from the relationships is better healed like this. That's what I understood. So thank you all. So before that I forgot. Let me add the answer, show you the answers for this. So this is the answers. So animosity towards. So animosity towards. I not accord with, appreciative of, abashed by, or you can say abashed at, absistence from, and aversion, strong dislike to spiders. So thank you all.